let's say this is a placket, all right? You are supposed to let the middle part where I've put the chalk be able to be on this line, so that the arrowed tip should be able to also be in the middle line. Alright guys, so today we are going to learn how to cut a shirt placket. I mean a senator shirt placket. Alright, so we would need our stiffener and our fabric. Okay, so I am going to cut the placket to be about 13 inches long. About 13 inches long. And I want to make it just about 1 inch big. Alright, now the placket is supposed to be two. We have the front and the back placket. Alright, so normally the front one is supposed to be bigger than the back one. So as I've cut the front one to be 1 inch, I'll make the back one 3/4. Alright, so I'm going to cut it out. Right, so this one is the bigger one and this one is the smaller one. Okay, so the smaller one will be the back of the placket, the one that will be under the main placket. And the bigger one will be the front placket. Right, so I'm going to make the length of the back placket. I'll make it 8.5 inches. But I'll maintain the length for this one, the big one. Right, so I'll fold the tip into two like this. 2 equal parts. Alright, folded, you can see. Folded it. But then I'll shape it in a diagonal form like this. Alright, so when I open, I get my arrow placket. Okay, I like to make the tip of my placket in an arrow form. Right, so now I have to attach this to the fabric. So pay attention. Alright, so this is the back side of the fabric. Okay, so I'll first attach the back. So I press with iron and then I'll fold onto it. So I'll fold it over like this. Are you watching? Then I'll press with iron again. Okay, like this. From the tip here, I'll measure 1/2 inch on the fabric. So this is how it will be like. Right, this extra is just 1/2 inch extra. So now I have to work on the front placket. There's a down placket. So now the front placket. Now make sure that the part of the fabric that faces you, like this side, you only leave like 1/2 inch. So I'll shift in this side. I will shape in this side too. Right? Then I will shape in this side too. Right? So look at how I'm folding it all. I'm just trying to bring out the arrow curve. So I'll fold this part over. Right, so I'll fold this one over to like this and press with iron. Okay, so now the extra from here going into the fabric, I'll just measure half an inch. Remember, half an inch. Okay, so now let me just explain some technicality here. All right, this one, the extras that I put on, those who want to use my measurements, as in sew their placket to be just 1 inch big, it's okay for you to use the half inch. When you sew, you get the placket to lie within the in the middle of the fabric as perfect as you want it to be. But those who want to use a bigger measurement, let's say 1.5 inch or 2 inches measurement, there's a calculation behind this that you have to do before you can get your placket to lie exactly at the middle of your front shirt, in the middle of your chest. If not, the placket will be forcing itself to the sideways of your chest, and after your design, you won't have a nice shirt for your customer to wear. Now this is the measurement. You use the full width of the placket. In this my case, 1 inch. All right. Those who want to use, let's say 1.5 inches. You divide 1.5 inches into 2. In case you want to use 1.5 inches, you divide 1.5 inches into 2. When you divide 1.5 inches into 2, you would get 3/4, which is 0.75. All right. Then you add 1 inch to it, which will give you 1/3 or 1.75 inches. All right. So you measure from this side into the fabric, 1/3. I'm just using it as an example. Don't forget yourself and go and cut this one 1/3. So 1/3. All right, like this. Then you cut this line. That's for those who want to use 1.5 inch big plackets. Now if you want to use 2 inches placket, you divide 2 inches into 2, which will give you 1 inch. Right? Then you add another 1 inch to it. That's 2 inches. So you measure from this side into the fabric 2 inches, and you cut. I mean, you draw a straight line and cut. Now let me explain why you must add 1 inch to it. Right? The 1 inch that I added, and the reason why you divide your placket into 2. Now you see, this placket is 1 inch. If you divide into 2, you get ½ inch. So let me make ½ inch here. Now if you put this placket on your chest, it means that this middle line should be able to lie in the middle of your in the middle of the chest of your customer. Right? It should be able to go exactly in the middle of the shirt. So let me bring a shirt for an example. Okay, so I brought the shirt on which I'm going to put the placket for you to get your understanding. Please, in case you're forgetting yourself and you haven't liked the video already, please like the video for me. And also try and subscribe. Please, I beg you, subscribe for me so that we can go far. You know, we are trying our best to help each other. So help me, let me help you too. Alright, so let's say this is the shirt. Alright, now I'm going to open up the shirt. So there is it. It is opened. There is the middle line. All right. In case you are putting, let me cut the placket out. Then I can make the illustration work for you. Okay, I've cut the placket out. Now, in case I'm putting this placket, let me fold this side in it so that it doesn't disturb. Let's say this is the placket, alright? You are supposed to let the middle part where I've put the chalk be able to be on this line, so that the arrowed tip should be able to also be in the middle line. Okay, so it will be put like this. Let me put chalk at the tip here. So I've put the chalk here. So I'll put when you fold over, then that's another ½ inch gone. You get it? So the 1 inch that you put on it is just for the sewing. Now, if you are not understanding it, you just put the calculation in your head. When I'm sewing, you understand everything perfectly, right? So I'll also put this one to this side. All right. So this is how it's going to be. Always remember that if you are sewing the set for a male, the main placket, the top one, will go to the right side. All right. You sew it at the back side of the fabric. This is the back side of the fabric. Then you turn it onto the right side. All right. So the top fabric, the top placket will be at the right side. That's if the fabric is facing you like this, and the neck of the fabric is facing me. So the top placket will be at the right side, then the down placket will be at the left side. Now where I've put the chalk, that's where I'll sew. Right? I'll sew it up till this point. I want it to be, the opening to be like 7 inches. Alright, I want the opening to be like 7 inches, so I'll sew it up to this point. Okay, so I'll go and sew it and come and show you. Alright, so I'm going to sew it. So now I will cut from this side in the middle to this side, but I won't let it reach where I sewed to. right? I'll leave a space of about 1 inch. Right, so I've left a space of about 1 inch from where I cut to where I sewed. So I'll make a notch from where I cut towards where I sewed, but I won't let it reach the sewing line. Let's make a notch close to the sewing line. Then do the same thing at the side. You turn it. So you hold this part, the part that you made a notch, hold it down like this, and you press it down with iron. Press it with iron. You press the part that you sewed to with iron, so that it doesn't gather. Now I'm going to use this hemming gum. I'm going to use this hemming gum to hold it down. So that it's held down. Alright. So I'll bring this one out first. Bring it out like this. Then you fold it over. And I sew over it. Okay, when I'm done, I do the same thing for the other side. So I'm going to sew. Alright, so I'm going to chip this side off. You see? Okay, so I will turn the short one inside out. Turn the short one inside out. So then you turn the second one also. So let's begin to sew. So as where we've reached, we now have to manage the fabric. So you make sure you put the plackets on each other and massage the fabric so that we don't have any pulling and any gathering. Okay. We also have to be mindful that this tip should be at the middle part where I put the chalk. So you hold the placket together and you continue sewing. As you are doing it, you'll be monitoring where we use the hem to hold down the middle part. Right, so I'll turn it like this, then I'll sew it a bit diagonally. Alright, so this is how it's supposed to be like when you are done finally. Okay, you can see I haven't even ironed though. I haven't ironed anything, but you can see how the placket is really being free. Alright, it's really being free on its own. I haven't ironed. You can see there are some small gathers here. I haven't ironed. But the placket itself is feeling so free on the shirt. If it were to be some tailor, because of the inexperience, you see after the placket is done, then it's opening by itself. Then it's by itself opening. When you are achieving that, then it means that your skill is not top notch. You haven't really mastered your skill enough. Right, so this is how the shirt is supposed to feel like when you are done with your placket. Alright, so guys, good luck and meet you on the other side.